What's going on, everyone? This is Jay from Premier Gaming Entertainment. I know it's been a long time since I last posted a video. It's been seems like almost a year since the last time I posted a video. Yes, I'm still alive. Just to be honest with you, just haven't felt like posting. I got sick pretty much after the Penn State game. No, it wasn't from the Arizona, if you know what I mean. I actually had severe food poisoning, and it's like as soon as that happened, then the season basically got canceled, and I just haven't had the will to really post anything. A lot has happened since then. I want to discuss it and talk about it. I mean, I don't want to go into full length of what I've missed and everything like that because I'd be on here all day. But it's basically 2 weeks tomorrow that the season starts, so I wanted to just discuss, some of the things that have gone on since the last time I post, and a lot has gone on, and just wanted to kind of break it down and summarize. Um, First of all, and first and foremost, you know, at that time, there was that whole mystery of Jim Harbaugh's contract. Since then, obviously, he's got an extension. Some people were not happy with that. Some people are. I realized that it had to be done in order to, hold together the recruiting class. And a lot of people, have lost confidence in Jim Harbaugh, and I understand why. But I think that his coaching hires that he's done, since that time are a step in the right direction. It's obvious that, from the moves that he made, that he felt that, the coaching staff was old, stagnant, boring, and they needed to get younger, they needed to get fresher, they needed to just wipe the slate clean and start fresh and just bring excitement back to the program. And I think that he's done that with the coaching hires that he did. So we'll see how that translates on the field, because of what I've heard a lot of from these new hires is that how great of recruiting that they do and things of that nature. And that's great, that's fine and dandy, but to me the issue has never been, for the most part, getting the talent in. And what I mean by that, obviously we're not recruiting at the same level as, say, Alabama or Clemson or Ohio or Oklahoma or anything, or teams like that. I get that, but we're still typically recruiting top 10. And, that has not been the issue. The issue has really been not getting the talent in, is being able to coach up and get the full potential out of those recruits. And that has been what has been lacking. So if these new coaches that have come in can get, these players to get to their full potential, that is going to be its weight in gold. Because that's what's been missing. It's one thing you bring in a 5-star recruit, and he's supposed to be this and that. He's supposed to be the top of his recruiting class, the top of his position. But if he never performs on the field, then it doesn't matter if he's 5-star or 1-star. What difference does it make? You have to get, everything out of the potential of that player. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not that can formulate on the field. One of the key hires that I'm completely excited about is Jim Harbaugh going out and getting Mike Hart. Now, that in itself is worth its weight in gold, not only from a recruiting standpoint, but just from a coaching standpoint. We can see what he's done in his time at Indiana. I mean, their running game has always been top notch, And I think that is going to translate on the field with us over a course of time. Our running game was lacking, but, it's been lacking for years now. And I never understood how, like, for example, Jay Harbaugh can be a running backs coach. Never understood that. I mean, you need someone that's specialized in that position, played the position, coached that position. And he's never done that, so I never understood how he could be the coach. Like, there's only so much that you can bring to the table if you're not really experienced in that position. So bringing Mike Hart in to coach the running backs is just top notch. So I'm fully excited about that. As far as the defense goes, Don Brown, I mean, he just had to go. We've had a top defense, and it just every year it got progressively worse. And the bottom line with him is it was always predictable. You always knew what you were going to get. You always knew what to expect from Don Brown and his defense. And I've been saying it for years. What makes it so obvious as far as what he does and makes it so predictable is he's got to get pressure. His defense is not sound from a back end standpoint. He's always leaving his, defensive backs on an island. Always. Blitzing all the time. And as long as your defense is getting home to the quarterback or pressuring the quarterback, it can make any defense look good. But the second you struggle to get pressure on the quarterback, your defense is going to get exposed, especially his defense, because his whole defense is predicated on getting pressure. Even more so if he can get pressure with just 4 down linemen. So you can see, like, the last couple of years, our linemen struggled to get pressure on the quarterback, and that's why you saw, especially last season, why we were just getting torched on the back end. So it was just time to go. It was time to move on. Now we got in Coach McDonald. I like the hire. Just from the standpoint of this, I know a lot of people are saying, well, if he was so good, why would his brother let him go? But the bottom line with that has pretty much been that he felt as though his brother felt as though he was going to leave and coach somewhere else anyways. So if he's going to do that, why not give him to my older brother so that he can, get his first start in the coaching at, being his own coach in his own position, on his brother's team. So I understand that. It's going to be interesting to see, how dynamic he can make this defense. Because, obviously it can't get any better or any worse than it was last season. But last season, I'm going to just say that was a mulligan and not necessarily hold that. To be honest with you, I know every team went through the same thing, but it was fairly obvious that those guys did not want to be out there. They played like it. The effort wasn't there. And it just showed. And like I said, it wasn't from a lack of talent. It was from a lack of depth, but a lack of, talent being prepared to go out there. They look unprepared. And when you have to bring in 2 guys that are walk-ons, that's your middle linebacker and one of your safeties, that's a huge problem. That lets you know that the talent that was on the team that should be out there getting the proper snaps just was not properly prepared to go out there. And that's a huge problem. So hopefully that gets turned around. Hopefully, and I think that honestly, in my heart of hearts, I think that they're going to turn around the season and they're going to surprise a lot of teams out there. I don't think that they're as bad as people make them out to be. I think the team is going to be much improved. Um, and I think that they're going to do a little bit better than what people are predicting. So, 2 weeks from tomorrow is the first game versus Western Michigan. And we're going to see, what this team is really made out of. They got a lot to prove. And like I said, I think with everything that happened last season, it's definitely put Harbaugh in the hot seat. I don't care what anybody says. They're not publicly saying he is, but when you look at how his new contract was laid out, obviously there is some sort of pressure on there for results. And he can't fail like they did last season. The team can't look as bad as they looked last season. They can't perform as bad as they looked last season. They got potential recruits out there that are looking at us, and if we perform poorly on the field, if we had any type of shot with them, that's out the window. So whether it be Walter Nolan, whether it be Damani Jackson, or anybody else that's potentially out there that might be interested in giving Michigan a shot, we gotta look the part. We gotta look like it's worth going to our school. You don't have, if we underperform, if we're losing, no one's gonna want to go to a losing school. So, it's now or never. It's make or break time. And, the offense, that's gonna be hit or miss, I think. Gaddis has had his opportunities. At this point in time, he should have, got the guys that he wanted. We've yet to really see speed in space. We've seen a lot of lost in space. So we're going to see how that turns out. From what it looks like, Cade is going to be the guy. And, I felt that Cade was the guy last season. I don't know why we gave Joe so many opportunities to fail. Cade went in there and looked the part right away. Even in that game versus Penn State, I know that we didn't look that good, but he got hurt on, I think it was the first series when the guy landed on him. He looked good up until that point. Then he couldn't even feel his shoulder no more. So I think we're gonna be fine. Cade looks like the real deal. JJ is gonna eventually be the man there. Bowman, I'm not really sure where his role is going to be. I don't know where he's going to fit in. He's probably going to be the backup, and JJ is going to be third string, just from a standpoint of, I guess, seniority. But I think that's how it's going to shape out. At least for this season. And like I said, I think we're going to be much better than a lot of people think we are. Obviously we're not going to go undefeated or anything like that. We have a huge challenge. Obviously we got the game against Ohio at the end of the season. So that's always out there. But I think we're going to do a little bit better than what people think we're going to do. So I'm excited to see how all these new coaching hires work out. And I just want to see the program move back in the right direction. I felt as though when Harbaugh came at first, we were definitely moving, we were ascending. Then we kind of hit a plateau. Then last season, we started going back down again. So we need to be back up on the upswing. So I'm going to be making some more videos throughout the week, and now it's going to be at least consistently on a weekly basis. I do apologize for this time off, but it was needed. And I'm back, and look forward to consistently making videos again. So anyways, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, definitely feel free to leave a like on the video. It definitely helps me out, and I really appreciate it. And let me know how you feel in the comment section below about the team itself. Are you excited for the new coaching hires? Are you excited for the new recruits that are in? How do you feel about the program as a whole? Do you think that we're still descending? Are we plateaued? Are we back on the upswing again? Let me know how you feel in the comment section below. Anyways, thank you for watching the video, and as always, go blue.